हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू क्रैक एनसीट। आज हम करने वाला है टीचिंग एप्टीट्यूड का अपडेटेड सिलेबस वीडियो। सो मे बी यू गाइस आर थिंकिंग व्हाई वी आर डूइंग अगेन दी सिलेबस वीडियो, क्योंकि एनटीए ने अगेन अपडेट कर दिया। एक्चुअली इट्स काइंड ऑफ फनी गाइस बिकॉज एनटीए gave us a new syllabus, but again they are saying that no, we are not going to continue with this. We will be following the pattern that we have followed in the last 2 years. ठीक है, so we will be exploring that syllabus, the same syllabus as 2023 and 24. ठीक है, आगे चलते हैं. So instruction is the same. You will be having 23 questions, out of which you have to answer 20 questions. That makes 80 marks. And the first unit is like you are having 7 units, right? And in the last syllabus you had 10 units. Now we are only having 7 units. Okay, in this uh, first unit, what we are having? We are having 2 narratives, newspaper reports about schools, teachers or children, and questions on data, information, analysis, issues, and issues such as danger, school access, teachers work, scores. Okay, like इसमें हमको what's our take? What we have to understand by this? Actually, in this, if you have watched the strategy video, you know the first questions, like the questions you can expect in the like question number 1, 2, 3. That's the same pattern we have seen in the 2023 as well as 24. That kind of questions, like this kind of question, it will be coming from the first unit. Like there will be a paragraph, you have to answer answer some questions depending on this, and these are kind of easy to do. Uh, Many times you can even answer these questions without reading the description, because as we have discussed in the strategy video, first you have to go to the questions instead of the description, then you have to read the questions, then you have to go to the options given, and then only you have to go to the description. That's our strategy for this kind of questions, and most probably 3 or 4 questions will come from this area. That means 16 to 9 marks, 16 to 12 marks. That's very important, and it's comparatively easy, guys. आगे चलते हैं. This is the unit 2. This is based on popular films on education, books and documentaries showing the struggles of girls, tribals and Dalits. This is very important. In every every NCET paper we are seeing this kind of questions, and most probably 2 to 1 question will come from this thing for sure. And this in the last year we have seen a question about the movie J.B. That's a Tamil movie about the struggles of tribals, and definitely one question from this portion will come, and you have to give more emphasis on movies that talks about these subjects like tribal education, girls education, and bringing of the unprivileged guys. In the next unit you are having science, like इसमें 3 subtopics है based on observation of natural phenomena, famous Indian scientists, women scientists, then current information such as COVID. Actually this is a whole syllabus, that's why they are saying current information such as COVID. Okay, technology and programs in science, इसमें क्या क्या पूछ सकता है? One question about Indian scientists will definitely come. In the last year, like in 2023, I think there was a question about, like, there are 4 options and there are 4 discoveries. Like in one side you have names of Indian scientists and the other side you have their inventions. Like for example, one option was like C.V. Raman is there. C.V. Raman is there and there is Raman effect. This is a very easy example because you can even get this without knowing what is Raman effect or who was C.V. Raman. But there are some different uh, scientists and their inventions. In order to understand that, you have to be familiar with Indian scientists and their inventions. And definitely one question will be from there. And this woman scientist parts, this woman scientist parts is very important. I think in this year you can expect a question from this portion, and we will be discussing it in our lectures. आगे चलते हैं. Unit number 4. Here you are having mathematics, like based on the sense of proportion, perspective and abilities that mathematics mathematics gives, famous mathematicians, women mathematicians, difficulties that children face while learning mathematics. There were a lot of questions asked in the previous year in this area, the difficulties that children face while learning mathematics. This is so important because this is an exam that tests your aptitude towards teaching. Okay, this the meaning of this test is to tell like you are interested in teaching or not. So it's checks your observation in teaching. Like mathematics is such a subject that is there's a stigma around mathematics that says mathematics is very tough. For some students it's very easy, but the rest of the others it's very tough and they are finding it's very hard to study mathematics. And actually, is that a natural phenomena or it's a failure from the teacher's part? It's a debatable topic, but that's why they have given more emphasis on this thing, this difficulties part. I think you can expect one question from this portion or this portion. Maybe one question can from one come from this portion, but I haven't seen this in the previous years. And these famous mathematicians, and as I have said before, the woman scientists part should be taken seriously because I think one question will definitely come from there. So the next unit 5, arts, music and drama, performing and visual arts, academics of art teaching and benefits of practicing art forms, art, Indian art and music traditions. Why this is important? If you are going through NEP 2020, we will be mm, briefly discussing about that too, because in last syllabus, the syllabus they have rejected, they have given a lot of emphasis on this NEP 2020, NSF, NCFSC 2020. That's some national curriculum frameworks that talks about how to teach, what to teach, and all. So this thing, I think it's a product of that, these national education policies, and this is so important because they are giving now they are talking about the importance of these art forms so much. So it's kind of very important, and definitely one or two question will come from this area. That can be maybe from benefits of practicing art forms and the academics of art teaching. And one question can also come about integrating this art education into our classrooms. Okay, and you should be also familiar with the Indian art and music traditions because maybe a question like that can also come. Maybe some match the following type questions. We'll be doing that. And in the next, the sixth unit, you have social sciences. Based on difficulties that children face in social sciences, details of subjects being taught, Nobel and other award winning for creating knowledge such as in economics or other fields, teaching in history like Buddha, Jainism, construction of teachers in Upanishad. And from this portion, you can definitely expect like I would say 2 to like 2 to 1 or 3 to 2, because I have seen questions from this area now. These teachers in history, there will be uh, one question from this old tradition. Like in last year question, there was something about like Panchakoshas. That's a concept of Indian knowledge system. So in 2024 paper, we have discussed about this in the strategy video also. They were talking about Panchakosha concept. And I think from this topic, one question can definitely come. This teaches like especially the Upanishad portion or the Buddha Jain portion. And this question is like this portion is kind of memory based. Nobel and other award winners for creating knowledge such as in economics or other fields. So I think we will be doing this, but it's kind of memory based. Okay, and in the next portion, the details of subjects being taught. Definitely, one question is from here. Okay, for example, I will tell you an example so that you can understand better. The thing is maybe in which class psychology is introduced according to Indian curriculum. It's a previous year question. Okay, and anthropology you can like. there will be some social science disciplines. The question can be asked in which class it's introduced according to Indian curriculum. This is a very important question, and maybe this kind of question can come, and this is similar to this max thing based on difficulties that children face in social sciences. It's exactly like the math thing only, like you have to understand what are the problems students facing when they are learning this social sciences. Okay, let's go to the last unit, language and literature. Based on famous stories, novels, and poems that have reference to school education learning and are in the NCERT syllabus from class 6 to class 12. So you have to be careful about this. Okay, then biographies, autobiographies of famous women, tribals, delegates who have described their school experiences, teachers, or a class. Then difficulties that children face while learning poems or grammar. Okay, इसमें क्या क्या रहा है? One question will be definitely from here, this portion. Biographies and autobiographies of famous women, tribals, the leads who have described their school experiences, teachers, or a class. Why? Because in every previous, like it's been just 2 years, but since then, every question paper is having a question from this autobiography portion, and that too giving emphasis on the like the syllabus mentions women, tribals, and the leads. So you should be very familiar with this popular autobiographies and biographies. We'll be doing that in our lectures. And this based on stories, novels, poems that have reference to school education, learning, and mm, are in the NCERT syllabus from class 6 to class 12. So, what's our take on this? We have to give more importance to the class 6 to 12 syllabus, and I think from this portion you should give more importance to this thing, because one question will be from here. And difficulties that children face while learning poems or grammar. Maybe you can also expect a question from here also, because as we have discussed before, these difficulties that children face is a very important topics, whether it's be maths, okay, or be language or social science. It doesn't matter. This difficulty students face is very important because it's a measurement of your teaching aptitude. Okay, so this is a very important, and I'm whether it be maths, language, or social science, definitely collectively one or two questions will come. Okay, and that's for sure. So this is about new, not new, but updated syllabus of teaching aptitude. And the thing I would like to tell to you guys is it good or bad, this change? So let me tell you, you guys are preparing, right? That's why you are watching this video. For you guys, it's a good thing, because if a new syllabus is coming, it will be kind of new to everyone, right? So there is a limitation to prepare because you don't have previous year question paper in order to get an exact idea about what's going to be asked, right? But if we are having the same syllabus as two previous years, it's so easy for us to prepare because we have what have been asked in front of us. So the guys who is preparing, this is a great thing. Okay, so you should be happy, very happy about this, because we have the resources and we can teach you better and you can learn it better and you can get more maximum amount of marks. And the thing is about teaching aptitude, as I have told in the strategy video also, there will be guys who is primarily focusing on other entrance exams like JEE. Let's go to next slide, guys, so it will be much more comfortable. Okay, there will be another other group of guys who will be preparing, like focusing on this JEE or NEET alone, and that guys will also give this exam. Now, so what makes you guys, the guys exclusively preparing or giving focus to prepare for NCET exam? What's makes you different from them, your knowledge in teaching aptitude or general test and all, and language. This is a distinguishing factors from them. And if you are preparing this well, you can easily outperform them, even if you have less content knowledge in the science areas. I'm not discouraging you from studying science. Of course, it's important get into best colleges. But what I'm telling is you have to give some importance to this also, because this is kind of easy marks. Not easy. If you're preparing, it's easy because it's kind of memory based. Some questions, almost 40 to 50% questions are memory based, and the rest 20% is like you can do it in the exam hall only, because it's kind of checking your attention and reading skills and comprehensive skills. So other part and the memory based part you have to prepare, and many students don't prepare for this portion, so you can make the most use out of it. Okay, so this is all about our not updated, but yeah, kind of updated teaching aptitude syllabus. And be happy guys, because it's the syllabus is also kind of reduced uh, according to the previous one. So we'll be following this in our lectures, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video and got a little bit understanding about the syllabus. Yeah, that's it. See you soon in our lectures.